Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. Now, my name is Merchant, in case you don't know, and for the last 6 months I've been working on a game along with my small team called Dice with Death. Now, the very exciting news is that you can play the demo right now, so you don't even have to watch this video. You can just go on Steam, search Dice with Death. There's a free demo, which is actually what we're going to be playing today, because another exciting thing is it is Next Fest tomorrow, which is where Steam showcases upcoming, typically like indie or, thematic games, depending on what the Next Fest is. This is just a general one, so we are in this one, and it's very, very exciting. So hopefully there's going to be a lot of new eyes on the demo. We just put it out like 4 days ago, I believe, and we've been rapidly bug fixing and optimizing and fixing all sorts of stuff for it. So I hope that you do take the time to go check the game out on Steam. If you like the look of it, wishlist it, play the demo, let us know what you think. You can either just let me know in the comments here, I'll read every single comment and reply, or you can put them on the discussions, or there's even an email that you'll see on the screen here that you can send your feedback, comments, hello, whatever you want, to that email. But anyway, that's all the stuff out the way. Go play the demo, but other than that, I just thought that we'd play through it. Of course, I got my start. I did start in the games industry beforehand, but then I, was lucky enough to do YouTube for a long time, and so my inner narcissistic YouTuber insists that I get the first Let's Play video because I made the game. I also get to be the YouTuber. That's how it works. So anyway, we're going to play through the demo. I'm going to show you guys the game. I'm super, super excited. I have posted a video in the past just talking about making the game and showing a little bit of it, but that was a very, very prototypey build, and hopefully if you did watch that video, you're going to see like loads of improvements that have already made it in for the demo. Now, last note, the demo is limited in scope, obviously. We only wanted to show 2 rounds of the game. There's only 2 of the characters. We currently have 3 that work. We're working on 5 for the full release. And there's only about 16 or 17, I believe, relics in the demo. Full release, we're aiming for 80. There's already about 30 that work. So, just to give you an idea like where we are in development. So, anyway, when you open the demo, you will get this disclaimer. It's just saying this is an alpha, because it is a true alpha. We're not one of those games that's telling you it's an alpha for 18 months. Nope, this is an alpha demo. You will see placeholder assets like the VFX. You will see unfinished elements. You might even encounter a couple of bugs. Shock horror, I know, but yes, anyway, it's just that, and of course, thank you for playing the demo if you do. So, the game is relatively simple. We've got this stuff in here just in case you're kind of struggling. You can actually open this again. There'll be a help button in the top right. But the game is very simple to play on its core level. You roll dice, you pick poker hands. If you don't roll at least a pair, you fumble. When you bank a hand, you lose those dice, and then you choose whether to roll again or pass. It's fairly straightforward. There are relics, dice, and trinkets. The key thing here, because we don't have the full tutorial in yet, which of course we will, we'll update that into the demo when it's ready. The key thing here is that when you choose a relic, you don't have, it comes with a paired dice, but you don't have to take the dice. And then you play. I wanted to keep it as, of course, those pop-ups won't be there in the real game, if you like. There will be a tutorial, but I wanted to keep it as, I don't like hand-holdy games. I like players being able to like click around and discover things themselves. As a player, I like that. And so, yeah, I wanted to keep it as straightforward as possible. So you just spawn in the graveyard. You start the graveyard, and all of our characters in the game are classes, if you like, are colors, if you play a certain card game. All of them are based around how they died. So this is, it's not a horror game, but we did want to lean into that like very thematic setting. So the 2 that we have available in the demo are the soldier, who of course fell in battle. He's got his scars as his signature relic, and the healer, who succumbed to the plague that she was treating. So she has a lot of poison effects and has a lot of like healing and stuff like that. So the healer has healing, surprising, I know, but yeah, so we'll play the soldier today. He's the more straightforward one. The healer is hilariously overpowered in the demo. Pick the Venom Blade if you get it. Trust me, it's wild. But we'll play the soldier today. He's the more simple to like get to grips with the game with. And so when you start, this screen is placeholder in the upcoming one. In the full game, there's a narrative. You like talk to Death, and you can unlock things through your dialogue choices. Like you'll discuss like your past life and about him with him, and you can actually unlock relics, like alternate challenges and stuff through your dialogue choices with them, so there's like a narrative element to it too. But you get a first opening choice of relics. Now, the soldier, when you roll 3 of a kind or more, he summons extra dice. It's pretty fun. Hopefully we get to see it in a second. And so we have Torn Banner, Now, Torn Banner, by the way, the dice faces, that is the faces of the dice that comes with the relic. So if you pick Torn Banner, you'll start with a dice that has, you know, a 1-1, 2 2s, a 3, and 2 4s. That's what those mean. So, Torn Banner, obviously, very, very good for 3 of a kind gameplay. Like, if you want to chase down 3 of a kinds, this adds to their value pre-multiplier. So each dice in a hand is worth 0.5 as a multiplier. So like a 4 dice hand is 3 times the value because you start at 1 and then you add 4 times 0.5 and you know, it's 3. Maths. So yeah, Torn Banner, incredible for 3 of a kinds. Fishtail Rook, if you want to play a little bit more defensive, if you want to like stall out the game, try to get as many turns as possible, Fishtail Rook is a good gambling one because you can block a huge attack from death if you're lucky, or it can do nothing. It's almost like the game has some luck involved. Ruby Ring, just a really solid, like, persistent damage dealer to death. Every time you roll, you add counters to it. When you hit 50, it damages death. And Black Pebble, so if you only roll even numbers, you immediately deal 25 damage and you heal 25, so a huge payoff, but early on, quite a difficult thing to achieve. But if you build your dice around, because you can replace every single round between the rounds, there's 2 rounds in the demo, we're planning about 7 rounds in the full game. Between each round, you get more relics and more dice. And eventually you can get Black Pebble like triggering all the time, and it's a powerhouse. It's super good. But we'll take Torn Banner. So, by the way, I deliberately left a lot of the relics in like silly balancing mode just for fun in the demo. So yeah, this is the game screen at the moment. So got a few elements on here. Here's your bank. So when you bank a hand, that's where it goes. You have a roll button. You have a pass button. So of course that one rolls, that one passes. But anyway, you also have this. So in the game, there are going to be, we call them trinkets at the moment, and actually the idea is that when you start a run, you'll be able to pick one to start your run with, and you will gain them throughout the course of a run as well, but they're 3D objects that sit on the table, and when you click them, they do something. So we've left what the Wisp does kind of obscure, I guess, for the demo, just for fun. But this one, of course, you're going to see like placeholder graphics and stuff. This is an alpha, bear in mind, but if you break it, then the little wisp guy goes into your bowl and he gives you an extra dice. So he's sort of like an emergency extra dice for your run. He's the only one in the demo, but we're working on 4 that we're going to hopefully put in pretty soon, like after Next Fest. And then eventually we want like loads and loads of trinkets that you encounter and you unlock and you can start runs with. You know, like in Dark Souls where like you pick a starting relic? We kind of want it like that, where in addition to the customization of like which character do you want to play, we also want like which relic do you want to take in with you. We think it's just like another fun, like, deck dice buildery like element to offer the player. It's kind of fun. So anyway, let's roll with 7 dice because why not? Hit the roll button. The rolling is real, by the way. Oh, nice. So we actually got a 4 of a kind. So that triggered our Veteran Scars. Our Veteran Scars says if you roll 3 of a kind or more, you trigger additional dice, and it goes up for, you know, 3 of a kind is 1, 4 of a kind is 2, and so on. However, we rolled a 4 of a kind, so we triggered 2 additional dice. We got a lot of dice in the bowl, which is always satisfying. You can see our Torn Banner is boosting these scores into some pretty respectable ranges. Unfortunately, our reinforcement dice, which is the extra dice we spawned, aren't really giving us much because we can't bank them as part of any hand. Because of course, the ideal scenario is we get to bank the extra dice because they go away anyway. So then you get like to, you know, you retain your original dice. Unfortunately, our reinforcement dice kind of whiffed a bit, but let's bank that 4 of a kind. That's pretty good anyway. Now, legend has it, somebody used to say magic's easy if you just do what you want. Dice with Death is easy if you just roll what you want. But sometimes it doesn't work. And of course, I don't want to misplay my first turn that I'm showing on the channel. So let's go ahead and pass this. Now, once we pass, it's Death's turn. He rolls his dice. He plays the game the exact same you do. You get to watch and hope that he doesn't one-hit kill you, which isn't possible in the demo, but he can hit some pretty big numbers, and you'll see in round 2 that he, just as you get relics between rounds, so does Death. He has his own unique relics, and he gains one of them every round. It's pretty fun. And it gets pretty challenging, too. We've left the demo, like, a little bit more beatable. Oh, we rolled 3 of a kind again, so we spawned an extra dice. Did that give us a straight? Oh, no, we're missing a 5. That 1 nearly activated a straight, but Torn Banner is putting in work. That is pretty sick. Alright, we're just getting pretty solid, but like basic turns right now, because we don't have any relics, like, really giving us a reason to roll again. If you play the demo and you see Glimmelring, pick it, because it's so fun. Hopefully we see Glimmelring after we beat Death in round 1. If I beat Death. By the way, because I get asked this by a lot of people testing the demo, the roll is real. We don't fake roll at all, neither does Death. So Death will never choose to deal a lot of damage to you. We will never, like, force a bad hand or, like, a good hand on you. The roll is completely legitimate. It is a true random roll. Oh my goodness, we are rolling so bad. We're going to get bullied by Death. I never lose to him round 1, and I'm like, hey guys, check out the game, and look, I made a game that I can lose to. Great. Oh good, oh good. But, yeah, the roll is completely legitimate. We didn't want to fake it. We knew from... Because we could have made this game in 2D, much simpler, but we wanted to both be unique, and we wanted to roll dice, because rolling dice is satisfying, and we did want to take that, like, oh, that's a good roll. Oh, 2 times 3 of a kind with that reinforcement dice. That's going to be damage. Yeah, oh, 108. Okay, that's a bit more like it. I don't think we'll roll with 1 dice. There are some relics that encourage you to, but you won't see those quite yet. Oh my goodness, this is going to come down to the wire. He's going to pass. We need to do 38. Yeah, we need to do 38. Okay, so... what is that? That is not 38. That is 8. That does not have a 30 before it. Okay, we've got to roll again. Got to risk it. Double 4s. It's going to add something. It's not enough, though. We can't roll with 2. We're going to have to hope Death fumbles. We're going to have to hope Death fumbles. We're going to switch to the healer if we die, because she's overpowered. If you know what to pick on her. Ah! Death, why are you going to do me like that, man? Why are you going to do me like that? Okay, well, that's how you lose at Dice with Death. You get a Torn Banner and then only roll low values. Great. Torn Banner, probably better in round 2 in hindsight. But, let's play the healer. This is how you bully Death, okay? This is how you bully Death. There are, like... Of course, we did only put, like, 17 relics or so in the demo, because we wanted to keep it fairly simple. But, this thing is so overpowered. Should I pick the overpowered relic? Let's pick the overpowered relic. So, we didn't want to keep it simple. You know, we didn't want to, like, overwhelm players who are just... Because Next Fest, you know, of course you should, like, go and play loads. There's so many cool games in it that a lot of people are only going to play for, like, 10 minutes, right? And we didn't want to overwhelm them. But there are still a few cool strategies. There's, like, a couple of strategies for each character that you can kind of play around and discover. And, do you know what we actually did? We used our Wisp, like, way too early. We should have used it when we really needed it. So, the healer. The healer doesn't deal direct damage. She has her unique relic as the Herb Posy. Instead of dealing direct damage, she converts to poison, which is like a permanent dot effect, like damage over time effect on Death, which he will take at the start of every round. However, we got offered the Envenomed Blade, which is a rare relic for her. You won't get offered this that often, but it is a rare relic in the demo. Typically, you'd only get this in later rounds, but we put it in because it's funny. It's so strong. And it basically doubles the amount that you convert. So, yeah, Envenomed Blade is a good boy. It's going to allow us to stack a lot of poison onto Death. I don't love banking 1s. They're pretty low value. I think I'm just going to go for the pair of 4s here and, like, try my luck. Oh, was that a mistake? I do need to get poison built up on him. Should I use the Wisp? That might have been a mistake. Are we really going to crack the Wisp round 1? Oh, I don't know. No, we're going to risk it. Alright, we're going to risk it. Okay, pair of 3s. We got away with it. That was very silly, but we got away with it. So, the Herb Posy adds 18 poison stacks. You can see Death now has some poison stacks on him, and he's taking damage at the start of every turn. And of course, he's just going to absolutely batter me again. Oh, Death. Why do you do this? We have a running joke, me and Joel, who you might know from Dungeons & Dragons. It's Runaway Robot that I developed the game with. And, ooh, that was nearly good. That was nearly a straight. Yeah, we have a running joke that anytime you need to test anything, that's when Death starts getting the, like, 100 damage turns out, because of course he does. Okay, let's roll again. Rolling 5. Wow, we fumbled on 5 dice. Oh, wow. I'm actually managing to be so bad at this. This is incredible. How am I losing? Okay, 2 pairs. That's okay. That's okay. He'll always pass at the moment if he has 2 dice. So, okay, we need something big. We need to, like, actually stack some damage up. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Yeah, that's what we need. All we need to... So, we've been greedy both runs, right? Because we've taken, like, score boosters instead of, like, effects that are going to facilitate things. So we need to just, like, take the solid values. Because the smart thing to do would have been, like, grabbing more active relics and using these score boosters later on when we have those active relics to, like, boost us up. But thankfully, we know something that Death doesn't, which is that the balancing on Envenomed Blade is absolutely ridiculous. So we're just going to bank on it killing Death. Because as you can see, he has 70 poison on him right now. So all we need to do is add 20 to him next to... Well, we need to survive this turn, which was looking a bit shaky there for a second. We need to survive this turn. He's going to pass because he doesn't have his round 2 relic yet. And all we need to do is add 20 to him, and we'll be okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, we're getting so teased with the... Now, we have to do the... Yeah, okay, so we need 30 points, basically. Oh, 3 of a kind 2s. Oh, we just get it. That's so close. Oh my goodness. That's perfect. Oh, that's exactsies. 90 stacks. Okay, so that was skin of our teeth. But now look how cool that transition was. It's seamless. There's no loading screens between rounds. You just look up. In the full game, you will talk to Death. There'll be like a little narrative thing with him. You know, you'll have a chat. Maybe you'll say something to him that will cause him to modify your current run. So if you say like, oh, like, obviously you don't say this, but I think that was pretty easy. Maybe he'll like add an extra challenge to next round. There's like dynamic outcomes based on what you say to him, and you'll actually like unlock more dialogue options as you play more runs. You'll unlock more items, more dialogue options. You'll like get to know Death a bit better as each character, and that will like influence how you play the game. But the dialogue stuff isn't in for the demo, of course. We just wanted people to test the core gameplay loop. So, we have Artist Paintbrush. That's more of a 3 of a kind thing. It's going to deal damage and stack every time we do a 3 of a kind. Coral Ring is just a poison spammer. Every time we roll a 1, it adds 5 poison to Death. Pretty fun. Diamond Ring is going to heal us every time it gets 50 stacks on it. And Fishtail Rook is just going to let us tank. So, we're spamming poison. Let's get the Coral Ring. Now, you'll notice that Coral Ring needs you to roll 1s, but it doesn't have a 1 on it itself. So it is a pretty high value dice for a healer relic, but it doesn't have a 1 on it itself. So we can either choose... Now, you don't have to take the dice. So we can either choose to replace, like, you know, a standard dice with the Coral Ring dice, or, you know, maybe we want to replace that, although that's got 2 1s on, so it's going to trigger it a lot. But we actually don't have to do this. So if we don't want the numbers and we just want to try to roll as many 1s as possible, we can decline the dice and we still get another choice of relic. So we do have the Coral Ring. You can see it here. You get 2 relics in between rounds. This is our second choice. So Poultice, if we just want to spam, Poultice is so good. It's got a lot of 1s on. It's going to synergize with that Coral Ring. It's got a 50% chance of proccing it. And it's going to add poison and it's going to heal us, give us a bit of sustain. Ruby Ring, as we've seen that before, is just a good damage dealer. Catalytic Vial, if we successfully deal bank damage on our first turn, it's going to start us off with a nice boost of poison. And Black Pebble, of course, Black Pebble's awesome, but not really for what we're doing right now. Poultice is the obvious synergy choice here. And we are going to replace this, because look at all those 1s. It's going to trigger Coral Dice really nicely. Sorry, Coral Ring even. Okay, so now, you notice Death has got a relic as well. So if we hover Death's relic, he's added his lucky dice. So after every roll, Death is going to add his lucky dice to the pot, which is pretty scary when you have 200 health and he's got up to 300. However, we have all the OP relics. And also, we nearly got a straight again. Oh my goodness, pair of 1s though. So we're going to roll again. 3 of a kind 2s, we take that. Poultice is going to stack up that poison and heal us a little bit. Going to pass the turn. Start Death off with 26 poison, but we've gone up 12 health as well, so we've made a nice little differential there. Not a super powerhouse turn, but we've done okay. Death is... Oh, if that was a 5, we were going to take a lot of damage. He will roll again, though, so Death's AI is very simple in the demo. Of course, we're working on a more complex version for the future, where he actually cares about what he has, but, yeah, he fumbles nice. So right now, he'll basically just roll again if he has 3 or more dice left. But he won't roll extra if he has, like, lethal. He won't, you don't have to watch Death if you've already lost. Nice. Coral Ring is doing work for us here. Even if we fumble and we're bad at rolling, at least we have Coral Ring to back us up. So I'm just going to bank these 3s. I think I'm just going to try and rely on Coral Ring to, like, and Poultice to just power us through to, like, some good stacks. Yeah, that's why we do that. Okay. Okie dokie. That's why we do that. Nice. Now we'll pass that. As you can see, Envenomed Blade is absolutely bananas. Enjoy it while you can, because it's it's pretty strong. You haven't even seen Cassandra's Tongue yet. Go play the demo and pick the relic called Cassandra's Tongue. That is fun. That is I won't tell you what it does. It's a poison relic, but it's crazy. It's very good. Oh, Death is getting serious. Okay. That's going to be nearly 100 damage, 93 coming into us, so we've got to get these poison stacks ramping up. Round 2 is a pretty serious tick-up in difficulty. He will, of course, rolling 7 dice every time is somewhat of an advantage. You should see what he gets in later rounds. It's pretty significant. Now, I'm tempted to just bank some 4s. Oh yeah, so you can see that if we want to bank a pair, you see it's highlighting 3. We can just pick which 2 we want to bank. So of course, we want to keep, that's a really high value dice. You see that the Envenomed Blade is like 1, 1, 3 4s, and 2 6s. So that's just going to give us loads of points. So let's just bank the basic dice. They have just as much chance of proccing Coral Ring anyway, so. Ooh, nice. Okay. Pair of 2s, we get away with the extra roll. No Coral Ring there, but that's okay, I think. We've got a bit of time. Not the most poison damage to death, honestly. It's a bit of a slow round for us there. We had to, like, force the extra roll, but it didn't really pay off. Death is gonna obliterate us? Maybe? Yeah, that's painful. Okay, we're okay. We've got either 1 or 2 turns, depending on how well Death rolls. We have to hope that he... I mean, we could get him. He's got 79 poison on him. We need to have, what, 57? It's a lot, but we could get him. The 1s are going to help. Pair of 6s is going to help. That healing's great. We love hitting 6s, because that healing is real nice. Oh, we got a 3-pair. I didn't even count. Okay, 72. That is going to be... What, 24 is the 3rd, so that's going to be 48. Oh, that gets him. That just gets him. Okay, we did pull out the massive turn. Yeah, Envenomed Blade, not balanced at all. Enjoy it while you can. Fun, though. And then, yeah, that's how many rounds are in the demo right now. There is a lot of relics. You know, even with the small selection, there's a lot of different styles that you can play. You know, you can go for those 3 of a kinds. You can go for spawning as many dice as possible. You can go for poison. You can go for tanking. There's, like, healing relics and Fishtail Rook and stuff. Yeah, there's a few different ways you can try it out. I don't want to make this video too long because I honestly, like, and I know this is advertising, I guess, but I just want you guys to play the demo. Like, of course, we're getting, like, a lot of interest, which is so cool, but I really, really want, like, if you've been here, or if you're new, of course, but if you've been here, like, since Magic, or Gwent, or the game reviews, or D&D, or Elder Scrolls Legends, Chronicle, I had to rep the old school hoodie, or Chronicle, or whatever, I really, really want to hear what you think of the game. Like, even if you don't want to play it, that's completely cool, but just let me know what you think. Do you like the look? Does it look fun? Does it look interesting? Because really, like, you guys know the kind of games that I love. You guys know the kind of games we enjoy. And I think that one thing that's lost too much in the gaming industry right now is you have all these giant companies and these hundreds of people working on games, making games that they would never play. And that's crazy to me. So I hope you give it a go. If you do, I really hope you enjoy it. If not, just for clicking this, thank you so much for watching the video and checking it out. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Check out Steam Next Fest tomorrow. You can play the demo right now, though, if you just go search Dice with Death on Steam. And, yeah, go check out loads of people's games, because Next Fest is super cool. You'll find some really cool stuff in there. But, yeah, thank you guys so much. Take care. Have a wonderful what's remaining of your weekend. And, hopefully I'll see you pretty soon. All right. Thank you, guys. Bye.